This is Fox 18 News at 7 in high definition.
Good morning, everybody, on this Friday morning. I'm Redrick Terry.
And I'm Alexandria Ikomoni. Thanks for waking up with us on Fox 18 News at 7. Let's get started with your local news, beginning with our top story. Right now, flooding is a real concern for multiple cities along the Mississippi River, and people are frustrated that they have to go through this again.
Yeah, Burlington's new flood wall is being put to work again, but with that, some sections of the city are still vulnerable to flooding. City leaders anticipate minor flooding in parts of downtown. Fox 18's Josh Vincent shows us how crews are working to minimize that.
The Mississippi River is forecast to crest at 17.8 feet in Burlington, which is slightly below major flood stage. Crews here in Burlington are making a flood barrier to prevent the river from spilling into parking lots in downtown along the riverfront. One official with Burlington Public Works explains how frustrating this has been for his department battling against the Mississippi River.
It does get pretty frustrating. You kind of do the same work over and over and over again, and then when the flood recedes, you clean it up, and then you have to put it all back up again. The guys would a lot rather be out doing work that helps the city, fixing the roads and the sewers and stuff, rather than doing something that we're going to tear back down again in 3 months or 2 months, whenever the water recedes.
It is worth mentioning, as of now, there are no street closures in downtown Burlington along the riverfront. However, if this river crests any higher than what is forecast, that surely can change.
Reporting. Now, here in Davenport, temporary flood walls are now up at Modern Woodman Park to protect against possible flooding. Now, you're looking at video of the walls during the spring that led to the River Bandits missing out on 20 home games. River Bandits owner Dave Heller says they did a great job protecting the field, but he's not thrilled to see them needed again so soon.
It just reminds you of an unpleasant time, and seeing those flood walls go up and losing home games, having to play those home games on the road in other cities, that's disappointing. That's hard for all of us.
Says he wants something to be done to protect the entire riverfront and thinks the system used at the park might work.
7:03 now. We now know the cause of death for the woman who was murdered Wednesday in Kelowna. Henry County's coroner says 51-year-old Marcy Snyder died from repeated lacerations. Authorities arrested her boyfriend, 56-year-old Stephen Scott. He's being held on first-degree murder. Police found Snyder's body in their home on Oak Drive.
This morning, parents are still a little concerned after another school was put on lockdown yesterday. One student was taken into police custody because of it. Now, officers got a call at Bettendorf Middle School for a student beating up another student. Police say a staff member and resource officer were also assaulted. As two went to the hospital, and officers took the suspect to a juvenile detention facility.
Illinois' new marijuana law is getting attention from the business community around the Quad Cities. A panel discussion hosted by the Quad Cities Chamber of Commerce addressed how the law would impact employment and drug policies on the job. It covered drug-free policies, marijuana use while on call and on personal time, as well as drug testing. Now, one panelist expects employees to be responsible.
Most people are responsible when they go to work. I don't think you're going to see a large change in attitude or behavior on the clock. You may see some more private changes in behavior when they're at home, but I think for the most part, the business community isn't going to see much change.
And once the new law goes into effect, managers will have to document suspected impairments, not only rely on drug testing, and explain disciplinary policies for employees.
A traffic alert you need to know about this morning. A section of downtown Rock Island will still be closed until later this afternoon. Now, 3rd Avenue between 17th and 18th Streets was blocked off yesterday to make room for a crane. Crews are repairing the Stern Center because of damage during a recent storm. That stretch will be shut down from 7 to 3.
Learning and giving back to the communities.
Scott County Community College hosted its 11th annual Culinary Bash. It was at the Quad Cities Riverfront Convention Center in Bettendorf last night. More than 100 culinary arts students were chefing it up, serving food and cleaning. Fox 18's Ryan Risky tells us how this year's menu was more diverse.
Our theme tonight is we are celebrating diversity.
Even picky eaters could find something to enjoy for dinner tonight.
We have food stations around the arena, or around the ballroom tonight that includes students prepared food from around the world.
Food at Scott Community College's Culinary Bash included a Middle Eastern salad, chicken and rice from Mexico, dolmades, and corn cheesecake from Iowa. While students were put to work, they were more than willing to be part of the bash.
Very excited. This is my second bash, and last year we helped with dessert. This year, totally different, and we had our own station to make appetizers, so that's totally different.
Some of these recipes even have deep meaning for the students.
My appetizer is coming from Middle East. I was born in Damascus, Syria, and it's the most popular salad in Damascus. And I wanted everybody to try it. I was honored that I was one of the students that were picked for that.
Preparation of the food for this year's bash began at the beginning of the week, so the students have been hard at work.
They had to prep, they had to order the food, they've learned how to measure in mass quantity, change recipes into mass quantity, so it's really been a great experience for them.
Ryan Risky reporting. Now, more than 450 people left with a smile from the good food and knowing they were able to help a good cause. Now, all the proceeds from the dinner will go towards student scholarships and college programming.
Now I'm about to bust you an ash out here at 7:07 on this Friday morning. You guys were just totally dismissive of the corn cheesecake. I'd give it a try.
I don't know about that. Let's go ahead and bring Ash up in here for this conversation.
Oh, you should have seen their faces. They were and their voice, like the actual visceral reaction that came from the two of you.
See, I'm picturing like little pieces of corn in the cheesecake, and I don't want that.
Well, you don't know if that's actually what it is. What if it could be just ground into the mixture?
Would you still want cornmeal cheesecake? No, that's
not corn. That's not the same thing.
Like you said, you'll give it a try. I probably won't pay for it or buy it, but if it's offered to me, maybe.
Yeah, I'd try it.
No?
I know. Nothing about that.
Clearly, I'm the only close thing to Iowan here on this desk. So.
I would think the majority of people in Iowa wouldn't even want to try it. I don't think that's a real thing.
It came from Iowa, so
yeah. Well, they say that.
That's what Ryan said.
Well,
yeah.
Do you not trust Ryan?
This is all about trying new items. So
inspired by, like those movies they're inspired by, but not really that.
Yeah.
You know? All right. Clear skies outside this morning. Nice and cool here. We're going to be looking at temperatures back up to the 60s this afternoon. But as we start off, you're going to want to bundle up as you head out the door because we're sitting at 43 in Moline. It is very, very cool outside. It feels like 37 in Davenport. That means wind chills are now a thing. I haven't had to deal with wind chills in a while, but this morning wind chill makes it feel like 37 in Davenport. Light winds out of the northwest. That's going to keep things nice and cool as we go through the day today. And cool for the foreseeable future as well. We're going to be back up to the lower 60s this afternoon. That's as far as we make it. Then back down to 50 tonight. That's all ahead of some rain on the way by tomorrow. So just get ready for that. But in the meanwhile, we're definitely getting into some sweater weather here. Nice quarter zip type weather.
Go to a corn maze instead of corn cheesecake. How about that? Go to corn maze.
You can do whatever you like. If that corn cheesecake is good, I'm with you. I try it.
That is not a thing. That's just somebody made that up.
It was
he made it up. They made it up.
All right. Let's get out of here. Coming up, Gwen Stefani is no doubt happy with her latest sell. See what you did there. How much someone paid for her mansion.
The time now is 7:09.
You're watching Fox 18 News at 7.
Fox 18 News is live at 7 with Redrick Terry, Alexandria Ikomoni, and meteorologist Ash Simpson. You're watching Fox 18 News at 7 in high definition.